one or the other. Look at this six-year-old whom we couldn't find. It's been more than 24 hours now. We are about to complete the 24-hour clock, and it was News 9 that broke the news first. And in fact, it was the News 9 impact. Let's tell you, 2 officials were suspended immediately, but we also know that it could just be a very clear-cut eyewash. And 1 lakh rupee compensation, that is the only statement that the government has made so far. Where is the government? Where is the BBMP? There are no lights out there. There's no expertise out there searching for that poor little child. And the family is really in a state of shock. The whole Bengaluru is in a shock. The whole state is in a shock. And the whole humanity, for that sake, is in a shock. Vivek, it's been more than 24 hours now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, it's very, very unfortunate that we have lost this little child. But it would be even more unfortunate if we didn't learn from this particular lesson. Taking it forward, Mr. Nadagowda just said, typically 50 to 60 people lose their lives. And I think the challenge today to the BBMP is to ensure that not another person loses his life. I think there has to be something. I mean, if you're going to do this for that little child who lost his life, I think there needs to be an effort that's put out there, just like the things that you've been talking about, Mohsin. I mean, you talked about rescue equipment, things of that kind. The whole preparedness, trying to come out there and say, yes, we're very sorry for what has transpired, but we're going to learn from those lessons, and we're going to come out over the next week or 2 weeks as to come out with a standard operating procedure. If there is someone who falls into a drain, then we're going to actually go out there and have this rescue procedure in place. The second thing is, for every ward, for all of the BBMP officials in every ward, I think BESCOM included and BWSSB included, is to go scan the entire place, make sure that there aren't any manholes that are left open, make sure that there are no dangling wires, because I think another child lost his life not too long ago, I think 2 to 3 days ago, because of a live wire. Is to go out there and actually have a plan in place to where they look at all of these different aspects. If they don't have the capability and the wherewithal within themselves, the human resource capability, please come out to the residents' welfare associations. There are several of them who are more than willing to help. We can all take this initiative to go out there, find these holes, plug these holes, look at places where there are drop-offs, where there's not enough of fencing. That's the only lesson to be learned out of this.
Vivek, I'll have to hold you that. Sure. We'll also talk about how BBMP has been laid bare. We just talked about the maps. They don't even have maps, for God's sake. Let's go across to Mr. Mishra, who's calling us from Sarjapur. Yes, Mr. Mishra.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, actually, okay, first let me tell a little bit of myself. I am 25, staying near Sarjapura and Outer Ring Road Junction.
Okay.
I'm seeing your channel for the last 1 hour. Okay. So I would like to first have a couple of questions. First thing is that if this kid would have been related to some CM or deputy CM or some very high profile person, would have been the action, the way these people are conducting the action, would have been the same thing? That's the first question. Okay. Second thing is that looks like these people are not searching a body rather than searching a stone, because if you ask anybody, it's a length of L kilometers. The drain length is L kilometers, and say you employ some around 25 to 30 people, you can take a contract labor, giving 100 to 150 rupees per day, and they would have started all these things starting from the morning. Because covering 10 kilometers in a day is really pathetic. You ask anybody, it's really pathetic. Covering 10 kilometers a day by 10 people. So it's very less, Third thing what I would like to say is that whenever outsiders or say anybody who are not involved in the system, they approach these people to help them, they always suffer. A good instance is once I gave a way to it, ambulance, and I went to one side and I had to give a fine of 100 rupees to the traffic inspector. And he said me, what can you do to me? Go and complain to anybody. Okay? So these are the kind of response from the general governing body. I was listening to Mr. Vivek, looks like what he is telling, it mostly relates to, preventing these things in the future. Okay? But what I am seeing in this channel is these people turned a rescue operation to a search operation. What it does literally means is that a boy has died because of these people. If it had been clearly carried out within the first 1 hour after the boy got missing, they would have, at least there's a chance that they could have recovered, they could have got that boy safely rather than finding a body. I don't know, I think the main person, he should be, he should be dismissed from the job and give a life sentence, because of him 2-3 people are they died. The person is responsible for that. It's the act of I don't know, that's my comment, general comment.
That's right, Mr. Mishra. You put it across very rightly. because but also let me give you why is it pathetic that they have just covered those 10 kilometers and the rescue operation has been on since the morning is just because they do not have any experts there to carry out the search operation. It's the volunteers. Though BBMP has been claiming that in fact the BBMP has been claiming that 20 of their odd men are there on the field, but practically our reporters have confirmed that nobody from the BBMP is there except for a couple of babus who were spotted some time ago, and they were standing smart and clean on the side of a road, and they were just answering the queries of the people. So that is what the situation is, Mr. Mishra. And also let me tell you that right now there is no proper lighting facility for all those volunteers to carry on that operation. It's a search operation because by now, unfortunately, very little hopes of Abhishek being alive. We understand this is a really tragic moment for